Today on Empowering Midlife Wellness, I'm talking about grip strength, widely reported as a great measurement for longevity. So is that true? What do we do about it? How do we improve our grip strength? And do we even want to? Hi friends, and welcome to this week's episode. If you're just joining me, I'm Dr. Susan. I'm a board-certified gynecologist and certified menopause practitioner dedicated to taking care of women in midlife. That's women just like me who want to feel great now and also set up the healthiest older version of ourselves. So today I'm going to talk about everything to do with grip strength. If you're like me, you've probably been sent emails and advertising for little devices that you can squeeze while you're sitting on the couch to improve your grip strength. Well, why would we want to do that? The reason is that grip strength has been shown in many studies to be a proxy or an indicator of our overall health. And actually, grip strength is part of the measurement that we call frailty risk. It's also been associated, if we've got good grip strength, with longer lifespan and fewer chronic diseases. Well, is it just that you can sit on the couch and strengthen your grip with a little device that was sent to me yesterday in an email? No, let's not be that stupid, ladies. We're smarter than that. What is the reality here? It's that grip strength is an indicator of our overall health. It's a way that we can get a window into our overall health. So sitting on the couch, watching TV, eating ice cream, and squeezing a ball or another device that was sent to me through some advertising yesterday is completely missing the big picture. It is true that grip strength is one of the ways that we can measure how you are doing. If you've got good grip strength, that means you've got good muscle mass and strength throughout your body. You've got better functional independence. You can take the lid off a jar. You can carry your suitcase. There's a lot of function associated with being able to have a strong grip. It also indicates that you've got intact neuromuscular function. That means your brain and your muscles are working together because that's a relatively complex movement. So in various neurologic decline illnesses, we'd see that grip strength is reduced. So generally, it's just a function of overall wellness, and it is a measure of frailty. So grip strength is one of the elements in what's considered to be a frailty risk calculator, because it's kind of easy to measure. There's a thing called a dynamometer. That's a fancy name for something you squeeze, and it gives you a score. And we should have a certain score. Or if you don't have access to one of these things, hanging from a bar, we should be able to hang from a bar for 1 minute, or we should be able to do exercises that require grip. What are those? Lifting weights, carrying heavy weights around a room. That's called a farmer's carry, where you carry 20 to 50 pound weights and walk around for 30 seconds. Or a deadlift, or anything that's requiring that you grip onto a bar, because obviously you cannot lift weights if you can't hold on to the thing. So grip strength is a measure of our overall health, and because it's pretty easy to test, it's become a really popular thing to talk about. But the problem is that we can deviate from the real message and focus in on something easy. This is human nature, right? If I hear that grip strength is associated with longevity, then I'm going to be prey to someone who sells a little thing that makes my hand stronger. That has nothing to do with my overall muscular conditioning, my functional wellness around the house, my neuromuscular wellness, or any of those things. So please don't sit on the couch doing any kind of exercise with a ball or a hand weight, unless you are also doing pull-ups, deadlifts, farmer's carries, weightlifting. So certainly it's useful to do some exercises for your hands, and it also strengthens your forearms using these devices like a squeeze ball or a other type of grip strength improvement device. In the context of improving your ability to lift weights or do those other things. but by no means should you do it by itself. It's really dumbing it down to a point where we're losing all context of what that really means. So we have to be a little bit more smart. There's a lot of metrics that are associated with longevity, right? So you could say that our body fat percentage is associated with longevity. Grip strength is associated with longevity. Our VO2 max, which is the amount of oxygen we can consume when we're at our maximum, is probably the best indicator of longevity, but doing things just to improve that number on your watch or your phone is missing the point. The point is that if you've got a high VO2 max, that indicates that you've been in really great cardiovascular shape for a long time. That's an indicator that you've been doing exercises that improve your cardiovascular health for ages. So no question, your VO2 max is going to be high. So we need to move away from the idea that there's something magical about a special number, like what we weigh, or what our VO2 max is, or what our grip strength is on a dynamometer. Yes, that is an important measurement, but it's a proxy to our overall health. Another way of looking at it is that we want to improve our overall health, right? So back to basics, we eat healthy food, we sleep well, we eat a nutritious diet, we lift weights or do some resistance training. And as a result of all of that, we're going to have a high VO2 max, a low body fat percentage, and a high grip strength. So yeah, it's a really great idea to hang from a bar for a minute and see if you can do that. If you cannot hang from a bar for 1 minute, then you want to start doing some resistance training that includes holding on to stuff. I wouldn't bother with this. I would just start lifting weights, like learn to do some pull-ups, do some deadlifts, do some bicep curls, do some farmer's carries, anything where you're holding on to something heavy. Again, the point is not that you've got grip strength. The point is that you've got overall body strength, and that indicates that you're healthy. So yes, it's a good way to tell if you need help, if you already have a decrease in grip strength, if you can't hang from a bar for a minute, or if you have access to a dynamometer and your results are low, then yes, you need to do something quickly. And older patients, especially older patients with frailty or Alzheimer's or chronic disease like diabetes or heart disease, are often not going to have good grip strength. So yes, they're correlated, but we don't want to go there. We want to intervene before that, which is why we've got 10 videos now of me and my trainer, Kelly Workman, lifting weights, because I got to hold on to that thing. I have pretty good grip strength. So again, if I was just sitting on the couch, squeezing a ball, or using one of these devices that was sent to me yesterday with an advertisement to buy it, that is not the point. So let's get back to basics. I would not bother with those things unless you're doing it to improve your deadlift or your hang time or your farmer's carry, because you got to do those regardless. So yes, sometimes we'll, really log on to one metric and it just seems so exciting, right? In the video I posted last week, we were talking about NAD. I mean, it's so exciting to think that NAD could make you live longer, or 5 years ago, resveratrol could make you live longer. Yeah, it sounds amazing, doesn't it? If we could just have better grip strength, we would live longer. Not quite that simple, but absolutely lift weights, get better body strength all over, and then you will have good grip strength. So let's think about it that way. Then when you're 90, you can take the lid off a jar. You can carry your own suitcase. You can do things at the gym, like a farmer's carry, a deadlift, and you can hang from a bar. But it won't be because you sat on the couch squeezing a ball. Sorry, it's not that simple. So we're smart, ladies. Let's not fall for this stuff. I would not buy those things if I were you. I would just go to the gym. Instead of spending $50 on a squeezy device, just spend $50 on a trainer and learn how to do a really good deadlift, or hang from a bar for 60 seconds, or something that actually does improve lifespan. So there's no easy way. There's no way to shortcut it. We've got to do it the right way. And if we do that, we're going to have good grip strength. So that's what I have to say about this grip strength conversation. I hope you learned something today. If you did, please share it with your friends, and I can't wait to see you next week.